The Cain Letters, Chapter 5. A dark stranger aboard a ship saw New York City. The buildings glinted as if the stars had fallen and nestled themselves on the earth. The lower and upper New York bays sat in the darkness, fireflies glowing on the surface. Off in the distance, the Statue of Liberty stood, illuminated in the shadows, with an eerie grayish stone blue. The balance between the fever of the Big Apple and Lady Liberty could never have been more pronounced, more defined. She acted as the quiet beacon for those visiting, and served as a reminder that America would always be watching, praying, hoping, fighting for the cause of freedom. Freedom and victory, he thought. As a ship passed by Ellis Island, other lights danced across the sky, as the random sirens, car horns, and shouts filled the night. Sporadic parts of Brooklyn, Jester City, Manhattan, Staten Island, and the Newark Liberty International Airport seemed to emit lights, separate from the main sections of the great city. Planes came and went from the airport, like well-oiled machines, which were incapable of malfunctioning. The ship that had passed the Ellis Island reached the Governor's Island and then found the seaport next to Brooklyn Bridge. Mesmerized, he watched the men on board work fast to prepare the docking. Horns from the other ships sounding off and the skipper yelling out. Men on shore waited for the ship to dock, some pacing, rubbing their hands at the cold of the bay. Faintly, New York, New York, by Frank Sinatra, played somewhere, echoing in the night sky, spicing up the air and flavoring the city of a splendor, making something out of life, out of opportunity, the pursuit of happiness. He loved that song. As the ship docked, even from that far away, the Statue of Liberty still resembled a piece of the moon that had fallen into the water, with the wind whispering, picking up with a faint howl. The night clouds despaired to reveal the full moon, bright as sun-reflected snow, solid and packed. He thought he'd never seen a night look like that again. Aboard the ship Shikov, a dark stranger, Nicholas Stahl, could keep his eyes away from the beauty that the Statue of Liberty, the magnificent light of the city, and the bust of living blood in bodies, storming around in the streets and docking all over the ship. The whole trip, he made it his number one priority, the feet of any seaman while they slept, without killing them. He didn't want to arouse suspicion. In fact, in obeying the code, he knew not to kill unless he needed to defend himself. To this day, even after many centuries of his life, it still astros him that every seaman and the skipper worked as if nothing strange happened on the ship. He had thrown Ferris' carcass overboard and made sure that the cargo was clean of any kind of blood. He couldn't, however, do anything about the damage down caused by the fight with the Thrall. Very soon, once the crew motioned for the despair of the cargo, they found out about the mess. Nicholas, however, would make sure that he'd be off the ship in time before that would happen. He didn't want to leave, yet. Nicholas wanted to cherish the feeling. He made it, a land of opportunity. He clenched his darkest robe as the wind blew his silvery white hair into his eyes. He covered himself with his robe, except his face. He wanted to continue gazing at it, the beauty of it. New York City. Quietly, he started singing along with the faint music he heard. It was an odd pairing of voices. Frank Sinatra and Nicola's sharp Russian accent mingled together. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. He smiled, feeling the hunger. Nicholas had never seen a bookstore before. However, he did love books. His home country, not as much. Or at least, his country didn't love literature as the US did. He walked through the doors, to witness a majesty of books, profound and eternal, as he felt the need to weep. The harried workers, stacking books after books upon shelves here and there, and customers browsing aisles before sitting in comfortable couches, or standing in line, waiting to buy escape fiction books, overwhelmed him a bit. A feeding frenzy. He smiled a little at the human display of insatiable hunger of the written word. They weren't far from the realm of the thrall and rogue vampires he dealt with. They too had hunger. Not for books, though. Elevator music droned through the speakers, embedded in the ceiling. Much to Nicholas' disgust, he took a sniff and smelled the sweet paper, somehow feeling out of place. He wandered around the bright lights and countless books. He caught something shocking nearby with his eye, so he rushed towards it. A hardcover book. Dracula, written on the cover in a dramatic picture of a man in dark greasy hair, fierce red eyes, and a long black robe of sorts, written by Bram Stoker. Nicholas tilted his head in wonder. He spotted the end cap sign. Fiction. Horror. He smiled, crooked. Fiction. Horror. Fictional horror. He placed the book back to the shelf. Rubbish. Much to his satisfaction, he saw a customer service desk, and several people asking questions to the lady standing behind it. She wore the countenance of a mannequin, always smiling. She looked about her late 20s, wearing Philippine brown hair, bright makeup, and a managing slim figure, dressed in khaki pants and a purple v-neck, with a crisp dress shirt. She easily made him boil with bloodlust. He felt his fangs grow. Nicholas found himself licking his lips. She'd be a tasty treat. Only after he ravaged her, and made her thank her God for allowing him into her veins and arteries. Her blood would belong to him, and she would walk away in bliss. He needed her for one piece of information first. As he approached the group of people hounding her with questions dispersed, she pulled away from the desk and turned to her computer. He called her rolling eyes. "I'm sure," he began, "that you have had enough mindless questions for one night." He leaned on the table, silk sleeves resting on the oak. He waited. He tilted his head and waited. She didn't move. As if automated, she kept working, checking inventory on her computer. "Pardon me, madam," he said. "Madam?" A part of her jumped a little, snapping back into reality. "It seemed," she said. Oh, sorry," she giggled, flustered. "Didn't notice you there. Sorry, I'm just tired." "That's perfectly alright." She blushed a little after taking another good look at him. "Okay, what can I do for you?" "Surprisingly, I'm looking for a book." "Right," she giggled. "Well, I mean, do you have a title? Particular author, anything like that?" He chuckled. "Well, it just so happens. I have the name of the author, but I, as you can probably tell, am not from around here." She giggled, turning even redder. "And I am a bit new to this sort of thing." "Good books, yeah. Well, okay, don't worry. I'll help you with whatever you need. I know it can seem a little intimidating, but With my help, you can find any book around here in a snap. Good. A snap is good. Yes. So, she bit her bottom lip. Just give me the author's name and we'll see if we have it in stock. A collection of writings. Nicholas dropped his head a little but kept his gaze on her. Written by one voluminous Belibocal Phosophila. She smirked. Who? He flipped his wrist around. It may be under the religion section, perhaps. Oh, sorry. I figured as much. I just never heard of that writer before. Have you not? She lifted an eyebrow in thought. No. But I'll go check. She sprung out of thought, trance, and motioned over to the coffee shop. Please, while you wait, have some coffee or a donut, maybe? She focused on her computer, doing a search for the author. Nicholas felt the heave inside him start to grow after hearing she say she go check. The best case scenario, he'd find the book even before he settled into America, and with it surprise the one he sought out. He doubted his success. Easy never came so quick. When matters of salvation and supremacy came, ease never came. So close to victory, truth. He almost couldn't bear it. The stress was too much. The strain had skyrocketed to the point where he had to shrink his fangs into something just out of the joy of it. Not just for blood nourishment. No. It was out of a thrill of domination, control. After all, ultimately, he searched for that feeling his whole damned existence. An eternal feeling, never-ending. Once he fed, the rush ended. Nothing left to wait for the hunger to return. Until then, his existence droned on with the same unappealing flutter of the elevator music humming throughout the store. He'd wait for the eternity to find the truth he was searching for. No thanks, not necessary, he said. Besides, I have no hunger for... what are they called? Donuts. There will be nothing sweeter to the taste than this book I'm looking for. Please try and find it. He leaned over, piercing her with thunderous eyes. If you do, in you I may find something sweeter still.